Hello, this is Michael at Lyric Hi-Fi in Belfast. It's February, it's 2021, and we're still in lockdown. So I'm here to communicate with you today about a new product that I don't believe many of you will have seen before. And that's these two right here are the new Rega Kyte loudspeakers. Kyte, K-Y-T-E, Kyte. Now, some of you may go, well, I've heard of that before. And that's because apart from being big into recycling materials, Rega are really big into recycling names. So they did make a speaker called the Kyte already quite a few years ago, which was their entry-level bookshelf speaker. And that is, not surprisingly, what we have here, their new entry-level bookshelf speaker. So why have you got all this stuff, Michael? Well, that's because they're putting this together and supplying a system called System One. And this has been something they've been talking about doing for a few years. COVID and lockdowns and things like that have slowed it down a bit because it was originally shown to the public back in February of 2020. But it's taken a little while to get these together, but I think it's been very much worth the wait. So System One is the famous Planner One, which has won all the awards for years and years, the best turntable under £300. The new Baby I/O amplifier that came out last year, which is £375. And these speakers are £499. So that puts together a system where you come out about £1,150. But Rega, being nice people, are going to package it all in one box and give you a couple of lengths of speaker cable. So you're all ready to go for about £1,100, or so I'm told. I don't know the final pricing yet. So for £1,100, you're going to have a really good system. And surprisingly, these days, it's all made in Britain, in the UK. Rega are very big into being a British manufacturer and using local suppliers, so that circuit boards for some of their electronics come from near where we are now in Balnahinch, which none of you will have heard of. And the plinths for the Planner 1, Planner 2, Planner 3, this surround bit here, are made just outside Dungannon. So Northern Ireland has quite an input to Rega products. So these are probably, I would say, and I haven't looked at it in great detail, but these are probably the only speaker at about this price range which is actually made in the UK. If you look at the big manufacturers, the big three players are KEF, B&W and Monter Audio. Any of their entry-level speakers are all made in China. So of course you would say, well, why don't Rega just get them made in China? Well, that's just not who they are. It's just not what they do. They're a specialist manufacturer. They're talented engineers. And part of that talent is how do we get something that gives a performance better than anything else at the price, and we make it ourselves. So the Planner One's made in the UK. It's better than any Chinese turntable. The EO amplifier, all made, all assembled, all put together in the UK, and that's better than, in my opinion, sounding than anything else in the market. Other things might have more facilities. So the plan with these is, let's make a small speaker that sounds clearer and lets you enjoy the music more than anything else on the market. So while I'm on this subject, actually, specialist manufacturers, we're a specialist dealer, a specialist retailer. And what that means is we don't sell everything on the planet. We don't aim to sell everything on the planet. We listen to different products and go, that's okay, but this sounds better, so we'll sell this. And so the other things we don't sell. And these days, when all hi-fi shops are turning into supermarkets where you can buy whatever flavour of rubbish you want, and manufacturers are making everything, it's nice to have specialist manufacturers, and we like to think of ourselves as a specialist retailer. Doesn't mean we're for everything or for everyone. Lots of people can go elsewhere. Great, off you go. If you want something good, come and see us. If you want something good, buy a Rega. So I digressed a bit there. Let's come back to these speakers and what we're doing here. Whenever you go to make a loudspeaker, the drive units, treble unit and mid-range unit, again, most of them are made abroad. Actually, European manufacturers as well as Chinese. But Rega have long been making their own drive units, winding their own coils for the bass units. I mean, detailed work, all done in just outside Southend in Essex, where their factory is. Treble units, again, their own design. It's not used by anybody else. It's not one of these manufacturers that buy a drive unit off here and here and stick it in a box. And in this case, the drive units, we've seen variations of these before, so we know they're good. They appear in their speakers at £800 and £1,200. But the thing that's different in this actually is this cabinet. Because whenever you go to manufacture a loudspeaker, the single most expensive part is not actually the drive units, but this bit that goes around it. And wooden cabinets are expensive to make and expensive to make in Britain. So Rega are a company that work with all kinds of different materials. For many years they've been working at moulding phenolic resins, and the manufacturers of phenolic resins are really interested in working with Rega to get more applications. So the platter, this bit that spins, that's a phenolic resin, and Rega have been doing that for years. And this cabinet is curved and tightens in size, and is then inside got cross bracing to make it very light and very stiff and very rigid, so you don't get distortions from not only cabinets buzzing, but cabinets that are vibrating at certain frequencies, so that you lose that frequency or exaggerate that frequency. So you've got a very, very rigid cabinet, and the shape that it's designed in gives you an even stronger cabinet than having a straight rectangle or cube or in a normal box. There are manufacturers who have done shapes in speakers before. Linn have done it, B&W have done it, Kef have done it, and there are advantages to doing this. So this, the way it's done, the way it's curved, the way it's strengthened, gives them an advantage in terms of clarity. Where people would say, well, maybe there's a drawback, is a bigger speaker, kind of a bigger drive unit, and move more air and give you more bass. And all of that is true. And if you need that, buy a bigger speaker from Rega or Kef or Linn or whoever it happens to be. But for what we're achieving here, what we want to do is to have a system that gives you the essence of the music, communicates the vocals, the guitar playing, everything like that. They do have a decent bass to them. But frankly, if you wanted to have a system where you're playing lots of different material with heavy bass, and you come in here to buy something, I'd maybe recommend a different speaker for you. Having said that, if what these do are what you need for the music you're listening to, you probably will not find a better speaker at the price. So as I say, we're here in February. Another month's time we'll be shipping these. Another 2 months' time we might actually have a shop open again where we can let you hear these things, because at the end of the day, the gear that I love is the gear that sounds best. And part of the fun of my job is letting people hear good music on good systems and chatting about their love of music, and that's what it's all about. So one of these days that'll happen again. So wherever you are, if you want to check out a speaker at this price or a system at this price, find a local Rega dealer. Phone them up and say, I'd quite like to have a listen to this just to check it out and be happy with it. Maybe even bring along a record of your own. And you can do that and see if it's for you. We've also got the other messages about subscribing to our channel, because we've got other things upcoming, other music issues, other new products. But for now, be one of the first to check out the Rega Kytes whenever things get back open again. So we can sit now and have a listen to this, and Jamie and Brent and myself can enjoy some of the music. We're not sure that you can, because there's all this copyright stuff where you're not really meant to listen to it. So I'll give you a wee section, maybe. There we go. Or you can have a bit more.
Sometimes at night I hear the wind.
That's your lot. Go away and enjoy it yourself. Get a nice system, enjoy the music. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.